me tell you, I will be moderating a panel during a free educational seminar called Echoes of the Holocaust, Anti-Semitism Then and Now. Here now with a preview of the event are Martin Belsky, president of the Akron-Summit Council on Holocaust and Genocide Education, along with Administrator Laura Ralph. Good to have you both on the broadcast. Good to have you both with us, and we'll have a wonderful time talking about a very important thing. This Akron-Summit Council on Holocaust and Genocide Education is presenting this seminar. What's the mission of the organization?
Well, the mission is to show how prejudice and hate can morph into something very serious, like the Holocaust. Prejudice, people's attitude towards people, people's hate towards people can grow and evolve until we get the situation that occurred with Nazi Germany. It is also to indicate that it's not just anti-Semitism, so it can apply to anything that involves hate and prejudice.
Yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit with Laura Ralph. Your program goes beyond the Holocaust. As Martin just said, you deal with all forms of genocide and hate, correct?
Yes, the goal of the program and our organization is to mainly work with students and teachers in Akron and Summit County, Ohio, and really get them to go beyond just learning the facts of those sort of things. And we have a art and writing contest that happens in the spring of every year, and the students can first they need to learn about events like the Holocaust and genocides.
You're
and then,
bringing the students along because hate is all around us.
Right.
Yeah. Why do you see that? You see this program as important, don't you, Martin?
Yeah, the dramatic growth of anti-Semitism in the last 2 years, 3 years has been unbelievable. And the lessons we can learn from that and how that can evolve is not just applicable to Jews and anti-Semitism. It's a problem of dealing with and having the public be aware of the impact of the words they say, the things they do, their attitudes and perspectives, and how government needs to come in and help.
Laura, this problem of anti-Semitism seems to raise its ugly head periodically, even more than it's always there, but even more. What do you think causes this, for it to jump up and jump in our faces again like this?
I mean, I think there's a lot of societal factors, and when people are unhappy with the situations for one reason or another, they can seek out scapegoats, and that seems to be what's happening now with a lot of communities, not just in anti-Semitism.
You're asking the public to get involved. What can the public do? Well,
I think reach out to community leaders, reach out to organizations and that's some of the things we're going to talk about at the seminar on Tuesday, and how to get involved with organizations like the Anti-Defamation League, or even participating, like I said, in our contest in the spring, and really teaching. A lot of young people have no idea about these things, and so, in terms of the historical significance of them, and so, to teach them how to recognize those things and be a part of the solution.
Martin Belsky, you're a longtime attorney in the Akron area. You've been dealing with this issue for many years now.
Too many years.
For decades. Well, thank you for what you're doing. And what can we expect at this seminar that I'm going to be involved in with you on Tuesday, October the 15th, when we meet at the Akron-Summit County Library in downtown Akron?
Well, you're going to see two things. One is we're going to have a major speaker who's going to talk about the historical perspective. And then we're going to have a panel of experts, which you'll be moderating, the panel of people who can talk about examples of prejudice now, recently, et cetera, someone who talks about what's happening in the schools and universities, somebody who's going to be talking a little bit about their own experience as the child of a survivor and how that has impacted their lives and their future. So people can get a sense how serious this is and what they need to respond. As an example, and again, it's important, as you just mentioned, that people understand this is an example of hate and prejudice, and we really want to understand how things can get out of hand, and we need people to be involved.
Yeah, I got about a minute remaining. We're going to put an QR code on the screen before long. The control room will help me on this, and where you can get more information on everything we're talking about. It is a free event, Tuesday, October the 15th, at the Akron-Summit County Library in downtown Akron on Market Street.
High Street.
High Street.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Okay. I got it. I'll be there.
I'll make sure you are. Thank you again for doing it.
Give us some hope. Is there hope out there, Laura Ralph?
I think what I've observed since taking on this position, the amazing works of art and writing that the students have done gives me great hope for the future, that they really get this when they learn about it and that they do want to be part of the solution.
In 10 seconds, our students are getting it. They are understanding it. Martin, give us a 20 seconds or so. Bring us home on this issue, on why it's vital and why you're involved.
I'm involved because I can't stand when people don't understand the impact of hate. And to me, this is a classic example when we don't really understand the impact of hate.
And that hate goes across the board in all forms.
Absolutely.
Sadly, it's all over the world, too.
True.
Well, we can bring some change. It's called Echoes of the Holocaust, Anti-Semitism, Then and Now. We are slated for 5:30 at the Akron-Summit Public Library's main auditorium. The event is free. There's a QR code we're going to put on the screen. Scan that. You can get more information on everything we're talking about on this program. We thank Martin Belsky and Laura Ralph for being involved and giving us insight as to what's going on. You bring light to a very dark place.
Thank you so much for having us
Thank you both
here.
for being on the broadcast.